For many fans of Fast and Loud, one of the most recognizable faces behind the chaos of the shop wasn't turning wrenches or flipping classic cars. It was Christie Brimberry, the sharp-witted office manager often called the zookeeper of Gas Monkey Garage. Working alongside the loud, high-energy personality of Richard Rawlings, she became a familiar presence as the calm authority figure who kept the shop organized while the mechanics and deals spiraled into controlled chaos. Then, almost suddenly, she stopped appearing regularly on the show, leaving many viewers wondering whether something dramatic had happened behind the scenes, or if her disappearance was simply part of the unpredictable nature of reality television. At its peak, Fast and Loud was one of the most popular automotive reality shows on television. The concept was simple but highly entertaining. Richard Rawlings would travel across the United States, hunting for undervalued classic cars, often found rusting away in barns, storage yards, or private collections. Once he secured a deal, the team at Gas Monkey Garage would restore or modify the vehicle and attempt to sell it for a profit under tight deadlines. The show blended real mechanical work with stylized storytelling, including stage tension, dramatic negotiations, and occasional comedic skits. This format helped distinguish the show from other car programs and made it accessible even to viewers who weren't hardcore automotive enthusiasts. Like many reality shows, however, much of the drama viewers saw was carefully structured. While episodes frequently suggested that the team had only days to complete major restorations, in reality, many builds took weeks or even months. Producers compressed timelines and heightened conflict to maintain excitement. Scenes in which Rawlings appeared to spontaneously purchase vehicles were often prearranged, with prices negotiated before filming began. These production techniques are common across the genre and were used to ensure that each episode delivered a satisfying narrative arc. Amid this fast-paced environment, Christie Brimberry played a crucial role. She wasn't a mechanic, but her responsibilities were arguably just as important. As the office manager and administrative backbone of the shop, she handled scheduling, paperwork, finances, and employee coordination. The nickname Zookeeper came from her ability to manage strong personalities and keep projects moving forward despite frequent disagreements and high-pressure deadlines. Her sharp humor and no-nonsense attitude made her a fan favorite, and her presence balanced the show's otherwise male-dominated energy. Interestingly, her hiring came through a personal connection. Her husband, Darren Brimberry, worked as a hairstylist in Texas and happened to be a regular contact of Richard Rawlings. When Rawlings mentioned he needed someone tough enough to manage the unpredictable atmosphere at Gas Monkey Garage, Darren recommended Christie. The suggestion proved perfect. She quickly became one of the most recognizable recurring personalities on the show. Everything changed in 2016. That year, Christie revealed that she had been diagnosed with thyroid cancer after doctors discovered a cancerous lymph node. The diagnosis came as a shock to fans because she had always appeared energetic and healthy. On screen, she underwent surgery to remove the affected tissue, but the procedure was complicated. During the operation, her vocal cords were damaged, significantly affecting her ability to speak. This required further medical treatment and recovery time, including the temporary use of a breathing tube. Her treatment process was long and physically demanding. In addition to surgery, she underwent chemotherapy to ensure the cancer had not spread. Throughout this period, she shared updates with fans through social media, encouraging people to pay attention to their health and seek medical advice if they noticed unusual symptoms. Her openness about the experience earned widespread support from viewers and members of the automotive community. Because of the severity of her recovery process, she stepped away from filming for several months, which explains why her appearances became increasingly limited. By 2017, Christie announced that she was cancer-free, a milestone celebrated by fans and the Gas Monkey Garage team. At that point, many viewers expected her to return full-time to Fast and Loud. She even helped promote later seasons, which further increased expectations. However, when subsequent episodes aired, her appearances remained minimal. While there was no public controversy or confirmed conflict with the cast, her ongoing recovery and changing production direction likely influenced her reduced role. Around the same period, the future of the show itself began to shift. After 15 seasons, the series ended its run on Discovery Channel. Rawlings later explained in interviews that he had reached a point where he wanted new, creative opportunities. During a conversation on the Joe Rogan Experience hosted by Joe Rogan, Rawlings described leaving the network as a turning point rather than a cancellation in the traditional sense. He suggested that the brand might eventually return in a different format or on another platform, though as of now, no full-scale reboot has materialized. Because the show ended not long after Christie's health battle, many fans assumed there was a deeper behind-the-scenes story. In reality, there is no confirmed evidence of internal disputes involving her departure. Instead, her absence appears to be the result of two overlapping factors: her extended medical recovery and the broader production changes affecting the show itself. After stepping away from regular television appearances, Christie kept a relatively low public profile for a while. Then, in 2021, she surprised fans by launching a page on OnlyFans. While the platform is often associated with adult content, it is also widely used by influencers and public personalities to share exclusive lifestyle material directly with subscribers, photos and personal updates rather than explicit material. She leaned into humor about her past television identity, a broader trend among reality TV personalities adapting to changing media landscapes, with traditional television opportunities becoming less predictable. For Christie, this shift allowed her to control her own content and schedule, especially after the health challenges that had already forced her to reconsider the demanding pace of television production. Despite online speculation, there has been no credible confirmation of personal conflict within her family or with the Gas Monkey team. She and Darren Brimberry have continued to appear together in social media updates, suggesting that her career transition has been a mutual decision rather than a source of controversy. Today, Christie Brimberry's story stands less as a mystery and more as an example of how quickly reality television careers can evolve. What initially looked like a sudden disappearance was actually a combination of serious health challenges, shifting production circumstances, and the natural career changes that often occur after a long-running show ends. While she may no longer appear regularly in the garage environment that made her famous, her impact on Fast and Loud remains memorable. She helped shape the show's personality by bringing structure to chaos and humor to pressure qualities that continue to define how fans remember the golden era of Gas Monkey Garage. For viewers who followed the show closely, her journey also serves as a reminder that the people behind reality television are dealing with very real lives off camera. Illness, recovery, and career reinvention rarely fit neatly into a scripted storyline, but in Christie's case, those experiences ultimately became the most meaningful chapter of her story.